For this assignment, we're going to be making two hearts that are going to be kind of overlapping each other, just like this. It's a little Valentine's double heart card. And what you're going to need is one red piece of paper and one white 80-pound piece of paper. And you're going to start with your red piece of paper. You are going to write your name on the back. Okay, and please write your homeroom teacher, and let's say we're making this for Barton's class. You're going to write your teacher's last name there so we know who it is. Set the red paper aside. Take your white piece of paper, fold it in half the hamburger way. Okay, and then cut it right on that fold. So you've got your two pieces of paper. Okay, and then you're going to fold those in half, both the hamburger way. Okay, so I've got my two pieces of paper. Take one of them, your first one, and draw a heart on so you know where you're going to cut. This is what it should look like. Something like that. Okay, everyone's heart is going to look different, and that's okay. Cut it out. And then take it and lay it down on your second piece and line it up on the fold here and trace around the outside edge like so, and then you can cut it off, and you're tracing around it so that they look almost as close as possible. Okay, take these extra two leftovers, put them in the recycling, please. And you're going to take these two hearts, and before you glue them down, we're going to do a little watercolor playing around with them. Okay, you're going to take them in your watercolors. You're going to try to get some pure paint. Okay, so these are my watercolors hanging out over here. Get, let's say a red, since that's a nice color, and put a couple drops of red. You want to get a lot of water in your container. So you've got those nice little drops. And you're going to have this little straw here, and you're actually going to blow the paint like this. Now, after that's been done, you grab another color, let's say yellow, and put some other dribbles. Notice I'm thoughtfully dribbling. I'm not flicking this. I'm trying to get the dribbles to come off just like right above, so they dribble down and not in. And I'm actually going to put one little dribble right on top of that red, just because I want to be a little exciting. Okay, and now I'm going to do it kind of from a different direction. And as you can see, I'm kind of moving around here trying to get different ways, and I'm actually going to turn this heart now, and so I can get a different angle on it so I don't have to walk around my table. I'm going to clean my orange off here because it's still messy from one of my other demonstrations. Remember to clean it off, you just kind of swirl around like that, and then I'm going to get some water and put it in there so we can have a nice amount to dribble with. And I'm going to dribble some more orange on here. And if you just touch your brush onto the surface, that'll make the dribble come off a little easier. And I'm going to put some blue on too, just to have one cool color. Okay, now I'm going to blow that one around a little bit. And there we have one heart that's kind of finished. Okay, and I'm going to set that one aside for just a minute and work on my next heart. And this one I'm going to experiment. I've never done this assignment before, so I'm just gonna experiment. So work with me here. This might not work. I'm going to take purple, you can use whatever color you want, and kind of do the whole thing in purple, just to kind of tone the paper. And notice I am getting it on the table. Yes, I know. Try your best to keep the table clean. I realize that this is going to get a little dirty, but then we'll just wipe up the tables afterwards. Notice I'm kind of patting it with my paper towel to kind of dry it out a little bit, and then maybe even pick it up and wave it around and get it dry. Okay. And I'm going to lay it back down here. And I'm going to do the same kind of dribble thing. Okay. And this time, instead of doing each color separately, I'm going to do kind of all the colors at one time and then blow them. Now you see how it's traveling there. I don't know how that's going to work because the paper is already wet. So we're going to have to see how that works. Let's try it now. So that might work, might not. Do whichever way you feel works best with the white paper, or if you think it's going to work better, do it with the colored one, like I'm doing. Either way, you choose. We're going to be putting these on the internet for your parents or people who take care of you at home on the internet, the Artsonia website. So do a nice job so they can see what this looks like and get something nice. I'm going to try one more color. Let's actually do some purple. Some dark little dribbles of purple here, and we'll see how the dark purple overlaps over my light purple. This could be very interesting. You never know. So as I'm doing this, I'm finding it's working a lot better if I kind of blow very hard, as hard as I can in kind of one spot and push the paint around almost. Okay. Okay, so there we have our second one. Now, as your second one, set it aside so that it can dry. Go back to your original red piece of paper, and you're just going to simply glue the hearts down. Okay. Open your glue bottle, peel off any of the junk that's on the top so that you're ready to go. Remember, the button here should be able to press in fairly easily. If your painting is still wet, do the best you can to kind of imagine where the edges are and glue down on the sides here. Okay. And if it is still wet, maybe you can even take a little paper towel and press down on it a little bit to kind of get some of the most wet spots dried up so that they don't ruin your or your red paper. And if worse comes to worse, you can always use your straw again, so that you can, blow it out as best you can. I would suggest doing this on the back of your heart if you can. If you can't, do it on the paper. And then take this and kind of, if you have to, you could take another white piece of paper and hold it down like this, so that you can press down on the hearts. And I'm actually realizing my heart's off the edge. Try to make sure that your hearts stay on the red paper so when we photograph it, it looks nice. Okay. And I'm going to do my second one now. I'm going to kind of lay it on top and just see what I've got. Maybe put it right down there, right? I'm just going to lay it there. I don't like how that looks. Maybe like this. Boy, it's kind of hard. You might want to cut your heart a little bit smaller than I cut mine. because this is kind of hard. Well, let's go like that, I guess. Okay, so I'm just going to kind of lift this edge up and glue it down. Lift this edge up, glue it down. And there we go. Okay. And if you want to, you've got more time, you could take some of your leftover little pieces, if you've got anything left over, and you could cut out some other little hearts and do the same thing. So like right now I've got this little piece right here. I'm just going to fold it over and cut out a little heart, and then you could make little hearts, you know, to glue down there. And you could do a little watercolor on these extra little ones. If I slide my big one across for a second, could do a couple of like little ones here. And glue those down if you wanted. Or let's see how it looks. I'm going to give you the option of doing this if you think it looks nice. I don't know, I haven't done this before, like I said. So let's see what I'm experimenting, just like you. Yeah, you could maybe do that too, and see how that looks at the end. You know, if you're going to do it though, I would say do it all the way. So that you've got something to work with, so that it looks like you've been thoughtful. Okay. So there you go. This is kind of the idea. I'd like you to work with this and do the best you can to create your own Valentine's Day hearts, double hearts.